the true worshipful grandmaster that stood in the northeast corner where you are right now to get the light where the light of the world came from?
Well, I put the book out there, and I want y'all to know that I'm in contact with several of our Caucasian brethren, of our Caucasian brethren, of our Caucasian brethren, of our Caucasian brethren, of our Caucasian brethren. And they told me flat out, they said, brother, we agree with you more than we disagree with you. Talking about high degree Freemasons, high degree Freemasons, high degree Freemasons, high degree Freemasons. And they know, they even want to publish my next book. But I think about that.
Again, now you can feel the effect of this most powerful mastaba of Mereruka. We are right here inside a mastaba that has over 300 rooms. This brother formed his mastabas for his whole family, like a home with rooms and many rooms, and look how large it is. And we're talking about during the Old Kingdom. And he was a Tajeti, or what is known as a vizier for Teti. Now, what was his job? What did he do? He looked over all the others who were the builders of the mastabas. He also was the overseer of the crafts in the area. Now, what relationship can we connect that to what we know today? That is Masonry. This is where he was the overseer of, he was the grandmaster of all the crafts, all the workers in this area. So he was a very serious grand vizier who would be equivalent to somebody like Imhotep. But he was for Teti. Now, of course, to become such a high status, you had to go to school for 40 years to become the Grand Master. He was what you would call a son of light. The son of light was achieved by opening up of his mind, opening up his pineal gland. The position that you will see of all the Grand Masters, such as Mereruka, is with his left leg forward. And many of the other kings, you always see the left leg forward. Why is the left leg always forward? The left leg is forward, first of all, because the heart is on the left side, and they must trample down evil. Evil is always present. Our ancestors understood the laws of opposites, so he must walk with his left foot forward to trample down evil so his heart can go forward. See, as you trample it down, then your heart will go forward. So this was the purpose of the left leg forward, to trample down evil for his heart to go forward. Later, the European military took this from Kemet, left, right, left, right, left, right. This is where that came from. This African here also has the apron. That's the symbol, and he also has the collar. Now look at that very closely, because you know this guy. His name is George Washington. He has his left leg forward. Look at the collar and the apron. Where did it? Now you have come back, all the way back, and seeing the origin. But we want to show you where this came from. This didn't start in no 1717 tea house in England. This was the 360 degrees what we had.
We gave the European masonry, which is 33 degrees. We are 360 degrees, so why belittle yourself?
Right, but look, Moore, let me say this.
Add more.
That they can't prove that. They can't prove that. And my whole thing is that they say 360 degrees. At least the Europeans, the Europeans, if you will, have their degrees. At least the Europeans, if you will, have their degrees numbered. Where's these 360 degrees?
This was the 360 degrees what we had, not no 33 degrees, a few degrees above freezing. These were the true Grand Masters. This is the origin. So why would you go back to Jerusalem with Solomon's temple, supposedly where Hiram Habith was the Grand Master for Solomon of 900 years BC? Brothers and sisters, this is over 4,000 years ago. There was no Hiram Habith yet. There was no Solomon yet. So why should we be worshiping them? Because we have lost our story. This is where it all began, Masons. Huh? This is where it all came from. This is the true worshipful grandmaster that stood in the northeast corner where you are right now to get the light where the light of the world came from. This is where the Pythagorean order came from. So we got all kinds of levels we're going to be dealing with here. But this is where it came from. And that's why they put this symbol on the dollar bill. They knew where the light of the knowledge came from. The pyramid, here where you are, brothers and sisters, which you saw up on that hill. Why were they using these symbols? Now you understand why we were not allowed to deal with Kemet. We must take the key and unlock the sacred knowledge is what we're doing here. But brothers and sisters, we come back to grab you with the grandmaster's grip, to bring you up to the living perpendicular to who we are as an African people. That's what we're trying to do here, brothers and sisters. Okay, let's see if we can find some Mererukas in here. Shaka Musaba Shango, why don't you come on up here for a minute, brother? Come on up. No, hold up, brother. Wait, hold it, brother. Hold your thought for a minute.
Okay.
Hold your thought. Walk on up there, brother. Up here to this top. Walk on up there, brother. Turn around and no, turn around. Put your left foot forward. Now, who does Mereruka look like? It's Shaka Musaba Shango. Look at that. Look at that. Spirit's still going on. Brother got the same jaw structure. Everything. There you go. Still got it. Well, he got his intact. They knocked Mererukas off. Take your picture now.
So hold this one. Hold this one.
Yeah, the power. Yeah, the power.
Light power.
There he is. There he is, right there. Mereruka. All right. All right. The most powerful clothing that the grandmasters, the son of light, could put on their bodies was what is called the wasket, the collar, as you see him wearing right here. You see Mereruka. You see where the grandmaster's grip of the lion's paw. See the lion's paw on Mereruka? You see the paws right there? For those that may be in Masonry, when you know in the third degree, the grandmaster's grip of the lion's paw was supposedly when Solomon grabbed Hiram and raised him up. But look at now keep in mind that Mereruka was the grandmaster's. Look at the grandmaster's grip of the lion's paw. Look at the lion's paw right there. See on his garment right there? It's collar. This is where the origin of the grandmaster's grip of the lion's paw came from. Also, this game is called Senet. Now you can see where chess came from. Okay? So long before chess, Europeans' concept of chess, now you can understand where the name chess, where chess came from, Senet. Mereruka of the 6th dynastic period over 4,000 years ago. But look at this. You see him with the collar and the apron because he was truly the grand master of his time. Now you can understand where George Washington with his left foot forward, the apron and the collar is all coming from you, Brother Mason. Coming from you, but yet you know the secret. Tell me about Mereruka then.
This book is called Anacalypsis, an attempt to draw aside the veil of the Saitic Isis. I want to
tell me about Imhotep. Tell me about Amenhotep, son of Apu. Tell me about May. We had this thousands of years of knowledge, Brother Mason. I don't mean nothing disrespect, but we must open up to who we are unless we stay eternal slaves.
to show you how hypocritical these guys was. You can go back to the show, and in the beginning of the show, you'll see that Taharka Bey basically made a statement that Freemasonry came out of the Egyptian mystery system, right? He blatantly made that claim that Freemasonry came out of the Egyptian mystery system. What's the problem then? But just to show you how hypocritical he is, like in the next breath, he came back and said that it was created for the Europeans, by the Europeans. And then he
was truly the grand master of his time. Now you can understand what George Washington with his left foot forward, the apron and the collar is all coming from you, Brother Mason. Coming from you, but yet you know the secret. Tell me about Mereruka then. Tell me about Imhotep. Tell me about Amenhotep, son of Apu. Tell me about May. We had this thousands of years of knowledge, Brother Mason. I don't mean nothing disrespect, but we must open up to who we are unless we stay eternal slaves. Let's go back to the craft of Amun-Ra. Let's go back to the grandmasters who taught for thousands of years. Got your African architect of the present day Masons, like in St. Louis. Here you can see they got the step pyramid from Saqqara of Imhotep, of the African architect Masons, as they said in their Freemasonry magazine. Let's go after this, even the lotus columns and everything. Even if you were to go inside of white folks' Western Freemasonry, here they talk about the first degree, second degree, third degree of entering apprentice, and the third degree is the Blue Lodge, and the Blue Lodge is supposed to be the grandmaster. How can you be a grandmaster in the third degree? Our ancestors said you went to school for 40 years to become a son of light, of 360 degrees of a grandmaster. And now they're going to say third degree, and then they're going to have all these white folks on here. Imhotep's not on here. You got the Scottish Rite Order, and then also the York Rite Order, and the Scottish Rite, York Rite, and the Royal Arch Rite and Knights Templars make up what they call the 33rd degree. But nothing is on here about Imhotep, Amenhotep, the son of Hapu, May, Penra, African grandmasters who lived thousands of years before white folks' Western Freemasonry. But at the same time, the daughters of the Nile and the Shriners, they use everything of Africa to make up their structure of Freemasonry, but don't give credit to where they stole it from. They got an order in the 13th degree called the Royal Arch Order of Solomon. But that Royal Arch Order, brothers and sisters, can be found right there in the Kemetic Nile Valley, the arches and Medina Habu to Ursa Ma'at Ra September Ra, as I'm standing in a position called the Ka Nisi Amsu. That means that we must walk with our left legs forward to trample down white supremacy for our spirits to go forward. So that is called the Ka Nisi Amsu. On the Hetcheru, you see our ancestors carved over 3,000 years ago in the Ka Nisi Amsu to trample down evil for the heart to go forward. That's what we as black men have got to walk in the Ka Nisi Amsu to trample down white supremacy for our spirits to go forward. Look at the Ka Nisi Amsu and see that their sketch of the grand hailing sign is based off of your Ka Nisi Amsu. This is the Africa. You got it carved in stone over 3,000 years ago. What makes their sketch more sacred than what you have? They still have their initiation in the Western secret society with the left foot forward and walk to trample down evil for the heart to go forward. This is their military training, left, right, training the Marines in initiation into the secret society, taken from who? The African grandmasters like Ursa Ma'at Ra September Ra, walking in the left leg forward called the Ka Nisi Amsu. This is where they copied it from your African grandmasters. Look at this. This is the whole secret society right here. This is the secret, your ancestral knowledge.
About you can't worship two masters is basically foolish. About you can't worship two masters is basically foolish. About you can't worship two masters is basically foolish. About you can't worship two masters is basically foolish.
Dedicated to the American prophet, Ali.
Yeah. God, know yourself. I know myself. It's within your heart.
The Illuminati rocked us to sleep with Masonic orders, working the whole planet trying to eliminate all borders, to build a girl group in the trilateral commission. Skull and bones is one big puzzle with a couple pieces missing. They Jesuits, man, the Pope got a good team, listen. In an effort to try to maintain the European supremacy system, the United States of America's practicing history twisted. And I couldn't find my history, my nationality was missing, see? Somebody, or should I say some people, was faking me. victimized by what the education system wasn't giving me. I took nothing them people was teaching literally. Cause I got a little voice in my heart that whispered in me. Qualify everything you hear and don't trust nothing you see. Egyptian bloodlines cross with yours, not European. And when Christ was born, the wise men that traveled to go see him had African garbs on, so Italians couldn't be him. Especially not Jesus, gotta re-examine him even. First of all, his grandmother was Ruth the Moabitess. Think about it, if the Romans murdered him to try to keep him quiet, the Vatican's part of Rome, what they teaching, I won't buy it. They stole him as one it is, but our proof is much greater. Trying to claim his image with a painting 1500 years later. Using his image as a tool, that mental weaponry's cruel. It's just a bunch of bull, brothers and sisters, don't be fooled. Don't allow him to keep pulling the wool. The secret is you. The secret, 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 the illustrious Moors. The secret, the secret, the secret, the Moors. The illustrious, the world's greatest secret. The secret, the secret, the secret, your history, your legacy, your pedigree, divine creed. Yeah, you the secret, you the Moors.
The greatest secret. Secret societies done peeped it and try to sweep it under the door. Free national standards a good cause to fight for. This is spiritual war. I'm what my forefathers were and are. You heard? I said I'm a Moor. My older brother told me my professors are part of the order, and that's the reason they suddenly got locked jaw. Truth and false are like the woo coming through on tour. The core don't reveal this. It's the Baphomet head, the Moor head. It conceals this. This is the battlefield. And contrary to that, everything that you see, you know it ain't real. And the secret is kept where they want it to be. No nationality, brothers and sisters never heard of Noble Drew Ali. Bougie Negroes talking about they enlightened sense of self-discovery. You see the Moors rule Spain for 700 to 800 years, but through the lies, superstitions, and suppression of facts through fear. This is only for those who got eyes to see and those that got ears to hear. Do what it does. Before it was Spain, it was Alhambra, Al-Andalus. All is well, brother, cause I'm more than the color. I'm thinking to myself, I gotta go and see my brother. Knowledge more. I'm going to college, but I already got knowledge more. Cops with blocks, Europeans with sergeant slaughter square jaws. I square jaw. Your God has no power to save, ain't prepared, y'all. Allah spared y'all for a later date. All is illusion, all wicked nations eventually fall. Get your security blankets like Lionel. Final call, Allahu Akbar, and manifest the 5 principles of the Moorish flag. 2 points of the crescent moon, and the 5-pointed star. Free national standards, Moorish American is what we are. Allah's my part, the earth is my ma. I code bars, bar codes what? More codes, Morse codes, right under my nose. Imagine if Masons is froze. Understood the symbolic language of the rituals the Europeans stole from the Moors. The secret, the illustrious Moors. The secret, the Moors. The illustrious, the world's greatest secret. The secret, your history, your legacy, your pedigree, divine creed. Yeah, you the secret. They expect you to believe that Jesus and the prophets was European cause Italians painted them, right? But that ain't what I'm seeing. Let's exercise our 5 senses to see the marvelous light. Bring the calendar back to when they crucified him that night. Why they wait 1500 years to start making his likeness, right? There ain't none of his pictures before 1492 in sight. But after that, there's hundreds of paintings, the number of statues spike. The way they worship and idolize them graven images is strife. The Holy Grail is the true image of the body of Christ. How can we let them steal our history and cover up our plight? The Moors fell in 1492 after 7 years fight. We searched the African-European wars, alright? Once we was out of the picture, they painted Issa on spike. And before the sight, them 15 centuries of missing pictures. The true Jesus Christ complexion was midnight. Yo, start checking the date on them paintings and sculptures, man. Yeah, flim flam. Made after 1492, probably ain't true. True. Man, that ain't even a half.
that's just scratching the surface. God is a man too, and they did the exact same thing to him, you know? But that's for the next time. For now, study, do your research. Lots.